Yo, yo, and welcome to the Fishy Matrix with Danny and the Bizz. How's it going, everybody? St. Louis' finest fish keepers in the house.
You already know what it is, baby. What's up, Danny? How you doing,
What's
man?
up? Oh, man, it's been a great week. I don't know what's been going on with the weather. I don't know if it's supposed to be hot or if it's supposed to be cold, but this week it was freezing. Next week it's going to be 60s and 70s. So,
Dude, tomorrow is going to be 60. It's 25 right now.
well, dude, maybe we should take a trip to a special pet store or something like that tomorrow. Let's see.
I am game all the way.
All right. Well, guys, let's take a second here and say hi to everybody in chat. We got Mary Page Flynn at the beginning.
In this thing.
Daros, how's it going?
In this thing.
Cali Fish Keeper.
Yep.
Collaboration of Curiosities. How's it going, Adele? And we got Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue in here. And we got Roundhouse Aquatics in here. We got a Roaming Roman in here. How's it going, buddy? Roaming Roman was my old roommate. Helped me get that 55 setup at the beginning there.
Sweet.
All right. How's it going?
Right on.
All right. So we got a special show in mind for you guys today. One of St. Louis's own is in the house. We got GINA'S REEF here with us. She is, well, a former manager at Petco, but I just recently found out that she stepped down from management about a year ago. She's just the aquatic specialist there at the Petco that I go to here in Florissant. So let's go ahead and
the very beautiful aquatic specialist, like Velma from Scooby-Doo. You'll see when we bring her in.
Let's go ahead and bring it, the beautiful GINA'S REEF.
Oh, thank you guys.
Look at her blush.
I know. Make me blush through my makeup. Oh my god.
So how you doing, Gina?
I'm doing good. I had today off. I have tomorrow off. Resting up for another week at Petco.
All right. Maybe you can join us for whatever trip Drew and I decide to go on tomorrow.
Totally, yeah. I have a couple saltwater stores if you guys want to jump straight into saltwater stores. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that action because apparently I have to set up a saltwater tank in the living room for the white people. So very interesting.
Get a fish in mind for your goal and build your tank around it. It's gonna save you so much heartache.
I'm with it.
Yeah, so you are, mate. I see you're like all into saltwater. Do you have any freshwater tanks?
So I do have a beta tank. It's in the living room. I'm not going to show it right now because I actually just filmed with my coworker the blind fish keeper challenge, and it's terrible. I think I'm going to have to tear it down and redo it already. You know, it's only been like 3 days.
Hey, that's awesome. You did the blind fish keeper challenge. For those of you in chat, the blind fish keeper challenge. There's a YouTuber goes by the name The Blind Fish Keeper. Brandon is really awesome. He lost his eyesight, 5-6 years ago, due to a diabetes nerve issue, I believe is what it was. And so he put a challenge out there for everybody to aquascape a tank the way that he has to aquascape it, using all of his other senses versus going by sight. So by feeling the rocks and the substrate and by feeling what the plants are like and planting them where they need to go. I haven't done it yet. I got a lot of my different supplies kind of set up for when I'm ready to do it. But I don't know when I'm hopping on it yet.
I have to do it, but I am doing it with my students. So I have a couple of 10 gallons. I'm looking to get some more. And then we are going to do the blind challenge. It's going to be an episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, man. It's going to look crazy.
I actually, for the plants, I had to run out of work that day. I had to pick my son up from school because he got sick. But so I grabbed just a few plants. I didn't grab all the plants I wanted. But we have this multi-pack of 4 bulbs, beta bulbs. So that was part of my video too. So having to figure out what bulb is what, hope for the best. So.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds
We
interesting.
good?
You're getting there. You're kind of back.
Like you're like 100%, or if we were in the
we gotta make sure that the agents don't take you out completely.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
The Matrix is matrixing.
Yeah, okay. I'm good now. I see you guys. Yeah.
Right on.
All right. So,
dang agents.
As a Petco employee and a saltwater fish keeper, what do you do when somebody walks into the store and says, I know nothing about fish keeping. I want to set up a tank for clownfish?
So, I explained that saltwater is 10 times more expensive than freshwater. It's really an investment, and the best way to do it is to not buy everything at once, but in fact, buy your equipment in pieces and buy the right equipment. That's key in saltwater keeping, is do your research on your equipment, read reviews. In fact, do what I did. One of my customers actually helped. He's like my fish sensei. So he's my guru. He's been in the hobby for like 30 years. He knows the ins and outs, the old ways, the new ways. He really helped guide me and told me, hey, this works just as good as the expensive stuff, but it's half the price. So join a club, that kind of thing. But it's patience. Patience is a huge thing with saltwater. It's going to be at least 2 months before you can add fish after setup.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a whole process, and you want to make sure those parameters are right.
And that's even for the experienced keepers, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I say 2 months, and that's like an average. So some take less, some take more. My tank actually only took a month because I actually bought ocean rock that was actually taken out of the ocean, and that really fast forwarded my cycling system. Okay. So I explained that too. There's a million different ways to do it. Look on YouTube. Bulk Reef Supply, BRS TV has tons of videos of different ways to do it. So yeah, research. So research is the biggest thing I say.
If you get the live rock or the ocean rock with the living sand and living coral and the coral lights, and buy the salt water from an actual LFS, or I'm not sure if Petco sells or not, but if
we have like the 5 gallon boxes, but it's kind of expensive. That's more like if you're wanting to do like water changes in a pinch and you don't have your salt water mixed up. Sure. Or one of my customers explained that he's actually calculated like the dosing, like your microelements and stuff. A lot of times it's just overall cheaper just to buy the Pacific Ocean water that we sell.
If you buy it all salty, like blank tank, but you put all the salt, everything accoutrement, what are we looking at then?
Still probably at least a month. So the way I started this, the way I started this is that, yes, I got the Carib Sea live sand. I think this is the Fiji sand, if I remember right.
I like the Fiji sand.
The pink Fiji. So that's where all the bacteria is, but I still dosed with bacteria, bottled bacteria. And what I actually took is a thawed raw shrimp, and you throw it in the tank. And that's going to mimic the waste that your fish put off. Yeah. And you literally just let it disintegrate in your tank and let that bacteria build. And that way it's a really smooth transition once you add your fish.
So what, from like Sam's, Kroger, Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, I get mine at Aldi, just the frozen shrimp, the raw shrimp that you buy. I just thawed one out and plucked a whole shrimp in there. I did take it out, and that's why mine only took a month, is because the live rock that I actually bought actually did have live corals on it. So nice. As soon as I realized that, as soon as I started growing back and recovering from the shipping, I plucked that shrimp out. I turned my lights on, because you don't want your lights on during the cycling process either. That's going to cause algae problems down the road.
Gotcha.
Turned my lights on, and I'm like, let's go. I got corals now. Let's go. Let's add like a couple fish. I added a goby firefish and a royal grandma. Those are my first 2 fish.
What's up, Thunder? What's up, Susan?
Nice, yeah. Let's see. We got Vinosky Fish Kodo. We got Sage P Lindsay. Susan for
SLC.
Susan for SLC Aquatics is here, and Thunder Aquatics is here also. Great to see people hopping in here.
Yeah, in fact, next month my tank's going to be a year old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that looks great, teaming with life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what do you all have in there?
So I guess it's close-up time. Let me take you out of the thing. I don't know if I can switch my camera from here.
The little settings button, you go to settings and then camera, you can switch to the back camera versus the front camera. Kimberly Hope is in the
Facing
house.
back.
Hey, Kimberly.
Oop, let's go this way. All right.
Oh, sweet.
So let's start with this side. I have 2 Gonioporas. I have this green one that I got from Tidal Gardens. This one that I actually got from my work. Corporate sometimes orders for us and just sends us surprise boxes. And they send me some stony corals. I usually only have soft corals.
So hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Don't take me too fast now. The green joint is kryptonite. What is that?
Actually, there is one called kryptonite, and we'll get to it.
Winning.
Winning. Sorry, let me put my orange filter on so you can see better.
Wait.
All right, we get online. But yeah, and then this is a little frag of this guy over here. This is what's called a green slimer. My fish sensei actually gave me this frag along with the guy behind it back here. Where is he? Back here. A Miyagi tort, and he gave me this big candy cane. But anyway, I was taking it off the plug, this little plug thing that it's on. I was trying to take it off in one clean break, but a little bit of it actually broke off, so I left it, and it's actually regrowing. So I'm gonna have 2 soon.
So all those corals are asexual. You could just take a frag off, place it, plant it, and it'll just grow. Exactly.
Yes.
Outstanding.
And then I have Acanthophilia. I have a Monty Cap. This is actually a wild. This came on the rock that I ordered.
It's like
I believe
a gold nugget. That last one you were saying.
Thing with. Can't really see him. He's kind of closed up around the edge here, right above my finger. That's actually a brain coral.
Okay.
So hopefully it grows. I've
seen brain coral when it grows like in the ocean.
Then I have a Favia. I have some meteor shower, Cyphestria. This is my zoanthic garden, which I had a Rhodactis mushroom. Some more zoanthids. These are magician zoas, and another little tiny bam that it's growing out. Some more of that wild velvet coral, another brain coral that's still recovering, and then my candy cane forest. So like I said, this one was given to me. This is the kryptonite candy cane.
Oh,
so it's the bright green kryptonite candy cane. Yep. And then another blue one, same as this. I didn't realize. So when I ordered this, it said a blue candy cane, but I didn't realize that it was just the normal candy cane. More zoas. These are Pandora zoas. So they actually light up yellow in the blue light, but the daytime they just look kind of brown. It's actually really cool.
See ADHD.
Orange digitata, which is a stony coral. I don't remember what that one is. I bought it in a rush from the Corner Reef. They were having a sale, buy 5 frags, get 2 free.
Very cool.
So it's just kind of filling up the order. Again, same thing with that one. I got those 2 at the same time. I don't remember what that one is. Pink bird's nest. He's not really pink right now. He's more pink in the daylight. And then I have my euphyllias. So I have my hammer, pink tip hammer, and then a teal tip torch coral. And yeah, and we're back to the beginning. Then we can go to the backside. Let me move my chair out of the way.
There's a backside. Nice.
There's a backside. My cup is in the way. But anyway, so I have my softies back here because they grow quick and they shade everything. So that's why I put them in the back is because they'll eventually start shading everything. So I have a green finger Singularia soft coral. I actually have my clam here. Oh, and hold on. I just remembered Nathan, my fiance, bought me chocolates, some Lindor truffles, and I kept the little tray because you can actually use it from a top viewfinder.
All right.
But I can't find it. I can't find it. Anyway, let's see if I can go this way. There's, oh gosh, where is it? This is my clam. One of my clowns host it because he's a weirdo. Green star polyps. Okay. And then I have more green finger leather green finger leathers back here.
Now, all of these are handpicked by you, planted by you. You put them where you want them to go, and they're growing and thriving. And
they're doing great, yeah. Now, actually, about a month ago, I realized that they weren't growing. I took some photos. Am I back to front facing? Yeah. I took some photos, of my progress and everything, and I was looking back on them and realized my corals aren't growing very quickly. So, did a water test, really tried to figure out what was going on. Oh my gosh, there we go. Anyway, my pH was low. So that actually halted growth. You want it to be like 8.0, 8.2. It was at like 7.8. So just those 2 decimal points is enough to affect it. They weren't doing bad. They just weren't growing. So I got the pH up, and all of a sudden my calcium dropped because everything started growing and thriving. So that's my struggle right now, is making sure I have enough calcium for growth.
Man, you really got to be on that stuff.
Yeah, so I dose it every like 2 to 3 days when I top off. I add about 10 mLs of calcium just to maintain everything now.
So you talked about all your different corals and stuff in there. You totally passed over all the fish.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
But you know what? Before you start, Gina, I learned one thing, or maybe more than one, but from Queen of Reef when I was talking with her. She said that if you do corals, you have to make sure that you have coral-friendly fish.
Yes, you want reef-safe fish.
Will destroy your reef.
Yes. I actually just got rid of 2 fish. I gave them to my father-in-law because they're called aptasia-eating filefish, because I do still have like 3 or 4 good-sized aptasia in this tank. Well, they weren't going after the aptasia. They were going after my dunking coral or my, what else were they going after? My Gonioporas they were going after. So they got the boot. They're in a 125-gallon tank now. They're happy.
Oh, well,
cool.
Yeah.
So now, with the corals growing like that, and you taking the frags and planting them, they can bloom and blossom into some nice, big, beautiful things, and can get rather expensive to the point where you can sell, right?
Yes, exactly. So BRS TV actually did do an investigates on that. Like, how much money could you actually make from your reef tank? And after paying electricity and the supplies you need, you don't actually end up making a whole lot of money if you're not purposely like trying to grow them as rapidly as like a farm would. But yeah, no, it would definitely help maintain your maintenance of your tank, but you're probably not going to like make money and not like a whole income from it.
Okay.
And the bigger the bigger the chunk that you frag off, the more expensive you can sell it for, because that's called a colony, whereas a frag is just a little bit, or you can sell a whole colony.
Well, and reason I was asking, and these people must be in the business of selling corals, obviously, but when you go to an Aquashella or, the swaps or something like that, they have these corals on display, and they definitely look beautiful. And those prices look costly. So you're paying for colonies in that case, and maybe the occasional frag if it's a lower cost or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
G'day, Craig.
All right.
Going on the Oscars, Terry. Jeffrey Watts.
Jay Wiggity.
Hey.
Now the fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I have a couple. Let me go back to what I was doing. Hold on a second. Camera. Settings. Facing back. All right. Oops.
There we go.
So let's see if we can see them all. So that's one clownfish. It was actually given to me by one of my other customers, Taylor. He had a pair.
Black or orange?
So it's a maroon
Okay.
clownfish.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hey,
they're
blow
a
it up,
deep. Yeah, they're a deep red. And sometimes those white stripes actually turn yellow. Called a gold maroon clown. But he had a pair, but his female rejected this little guy, so he's
Yes,
like, he's living in the sump. I can't keep him anymore. Can you take him? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Solo layout for her.
Oh, whoops.
Yes, Christopher. Fishy Bizz Aquatics is my channel.
We good?
All right, we're there.
Okay.
You got a cleaner shrimp in there? I love seeing those guys.
So this is actually a fire shrimp.
Oh, okay. Wrong
Yeah,
again.
so no, it's okay. The lights are low. It's all good. So it's actually like a deep fire engine red. I could turn the lights back to white, but and then yep, he's still out. I have a sand sifting starfish. So this is a sea star that actually just lives in the sand, and he's aerating the sand, cleaning up all the detritus that builds up.
Sweet.
That's a half black mimic tang. Mimic tangs are essentially meant to look like angelfish. They have a shorter face, so they kind of look more like angelfish. That's why they're called mimics. Who is that? That's my splendid dotty back that just went behind the rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's my striped blenny in the back there.
I like a nice Bellini.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, well, okay, this is jerk number 2.
There he is.
He's the reason why I can't add new fish. He's a blue damsel, a neon blue damsel. You just run away. Yeah. But I'm trying to find Captain Jerk. Okay, there's one of the other clownfish. So this is a pair that I already had. So what's great about these pairs are the part 1 pair is that they actually have little freckles on their face, but they're on opposite sides of each other. So like a little, it's really cute. I haven't named them though. Can never figure out what name. So there's jerk number 2, blue damsel. Trying to find Captain Jerk.
Blue damsel.
But anyway, he's a 6-line wrasse. Yeah, he's a 6-line wrasse, and I've researched, and people said don't add 6 lines, they're jerks.
Mm-hmm.
I did it anyway, and same thing with the damsel. I knew better than to add a blue damsel in my tank, and I did it anyway. Oh, and for all the Tang police, because there is a hippo tang, a blue dory fish tang in here too, for the Tang police, if they're in the comments, these are not staying here. I'm growing them out to go in my father-in-law's 125-gallon tank. This is not their permanent home. They would just get lost in his tank right now.
I doubt I have any Tang police in here.
Just in case, well, it is going to be posted afterwards, and it might be found. Yeah, there we go. There's the hippo tang.
Hi, Dory.
Hi, Dory.
Look, we have Dory and Marlin at the same time.
Just keep swimming.
Yeah. There he is. Where'd he go? There he is.
But it's all right though. They have clownfish and hippo tang at the St. Louis Aquarium even, but everybody loves the Dory and Nemo.
Yeah, I actually just at work moved all the clownfish to the bottom tank so all the kids can find Nemo for themselves. So yeah.
To hell with the Tang Popo, says Jeffrey Watts.
Yeah, right. On the St. Louis saltwater page, there was just a post about it. Somebody photoshopped 3 tangs, and they said, "I have this 20-gallon. How am I doing so far?"
Nice.
And it was just to rile and get attention.
Okay, so now with them all being pretty much reef safe, what would you like that you have to probably put in a whole new tank by themselves? No coral. Anything?
Oh, a dog-faced puffer.
That's
my next tank.
Oh,
dog-faced puffers are cool. I really like the porcupine puffer.
Yeah, I debated between the two. Honestly, I'd be fine with either.
At Shark Canyon at the St. Louis Aquarium, there's this round window, and there's this porcupine puffer that just swims back and forth right there at that window all the time.
My favorite.
Yep. Their personalities are great.
Is the reason why I would get a saltwater tank. I've said this numerous times. It's not a secret. But now I am falling in love with the marine betta too. It is a beautiful fish, but
it is super pretty. You can put them together. You can put them in the same tank.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Say less.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fish only tank.
I'm with it.
Yeah, because you can't put corals in with the puffer. I mean, some people have, like, you guys know, every fish has their personality. Sure. So when they say you can't, it's a general rule, but typically puffers chew on everything. So all my stony corals would be gone in an hour if I put a puffer in this tank.
So are we looking at maybe a puffer in your future? Like the
it's happening. Okay. Right. It's gonna happen. I don't know how far out. Because I need at least, like, I'm gonna get at least a 200-gallon tank for that, because they get like a foot long.
Yeah.
And they need to be able to turn around. So it's not only it's the footprint of the tank you have to be careful with.
Is the minimum 200?
Again, it's more of the you want more of a cube size tank because they need to be able to turn.
Gotcha.
So like my father-in-law's tank, the 125-gallon, yes, that's 125, but it's like a 75 deep, like how a 75-gallon is. It's more of a long tank than a cube tank. So it's more of the shape of the tank rather than the volume.
So
speaking of tanks, I had heard through the YouTube grapevine or whatever about Aqueon coming out with 60-gallon breeder fish tanks.
I know
people across the United States have been seeing them at their local Petcos. Have you heard anything?
I have not, but they update our planograms all the time. Yeah, I know. Whenever you, I think, was it on somebody's live stream? You mentioned it, and in the comments, I said something. I was like, and I just reset the fish tank section by myself. But I just reset it, so I'm like, it's not on there now, but that's not to say that they might put it on a floor stack, like how we have them, the big tanks over by the collars and leashes.
So we're going to need the inside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as I find out, I'll shoot you guys a text.
Because
that's the tank that I want for my cuttlefish tank.
Yeah.
Is a 60-gallon breeder. It's like the perfect size.
And that is the tank that I want. Because I want the tank.
Right. Because it's something different. Yeah.
Right.
And you're not spending $3,000 for a different tank. Right.
I mean, everybody, we just need more tanks.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with getting more tanks.
No. Nothing wrong. I know anytime a new customer comes in, they're like, oh, I got my first fish tank. And I kind of was thinking about doing something different. I'm like, welcome to the addiction.
There it is.
Like, she's like, and they're always like, "Oh, I'm already struggling with mine." I'm like, "Yeah, but once it balances, you're gonna start thinking about your next tank. It's an addiction."
For those people just coming in, we are talking to GINA'S REEF, who is here in St. Louis and is the head aquarist at Petco on the Limburg.
Yeah, yep. I'm not sure if any of my mods that I know I have could drop a link for GINA'S REEF, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link for here.
Oh, but talking about my puffer tank, it is coming in the future. I just don't know when. My fiance says I can't have it now because we know that we're not going to live in this house forever. He says he's not moving a 200-gallon tank.
For sure.
So I can't get it. I can't get it until after we move and find our next house.
Yeah, I'm with them all the way. Get into your forever home and get
this is already going to be a whole headache.
And what size is that again?
This is a 40 breeder.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this is a 40 breeder. And then the sump underneath is a 29-gallon sump.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
With my refugium and everything. Yep. You guys like my cabinets? I painted them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you probably can't see it. It's too dark. But
wait, are those plants on the bottom that you painted on there? Or
so yeah, I painted like macro algae. So plants in saltwater are called macro algae. They're plants.
Such a turbo nerd.
I know. I try.
Very cool.
But Yeah, they're all silhouettes. So I have like rock, and then I have a silhouette of a 6-line, silhouette of a clownfish and anemone, the goby firefish, and a shrimp. But what I did is that I actually drew out silhouettes on paper, made a stencil, covered it in tape. No, rewind. Painted them black, covered them in painter's tape, put the stencil on, outlined them, and then took a box cutter, cut out the outlines, and then had my nephew over and we splatter painted them. We just took acrylic paint and just splattered it.
I see your fish tank stand and want to paint it black.
Right? Sure did.
Super dope. I like it.
Nice.
Now, is there anything else that you would like for that tank, or is that as is and letting stuff grow?
Well, I'm running out of room. I'm running out of room for corals. But I do want to add a frog spawn, which is another Euphyllia. So like the torch and the hammer, it's part of that same family, Euphyllias. But a frog spawn I want to add. I've told my coworkers about this. I've kind of complained about it, but there's a lot of green in here because green fluoresces really nicely.
Sure. And
green's my favorite color. Don't get me wrong. I love green. But just for the balance, and the prettiest frog spawns are green. But I already have enough green in the tank.
I think green stands out really nice with the blue lights.
The green, orange, and red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like money to me.
Yeah. I know. I went to the Corner Reef a couple months ago. They had a frog spawn, but it had like 4 heads on it, so it was like $300.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that was way more than what I just want one head. I just want one head of frog spawn.
Jeez.
So what I say by that is that usually when stony corals like the torches, the Euphyllias grow, their head actually splits like a cell, and then they have 2 branches. So that's what they mean by head, is how many
mitosis and meiosis.
Mitosis. Yeah.
Right now, so my kids know what cell splits are.
Yeah. Pull up some stony corals, the progress of splitting and all that, or anemones split too.
Yeah, very nice.
Are you gonna get any anemones for your clownfish in there?
Well, you see, I do have one, and it's failing. It's actually what was in that little cup over here on the side.
Oh.
And it's my like 5th anemone attempt. I don't know why. I can grow stony corals, which are arguably the hardest part of coral keeping, but anemone, they just crawl under a rock and they just die. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So that's why I got an anemone cup, which is a little glass cup that you suction cup to the side of the tank, to help prevent that. But now it's on the outside and it's all droopy and unhappy, and I don't know what to do about it.
Here we go.
I am a fan of, every time I do look at frags, even though I don't know what I'm looking at, and corals, I do always I always lean towards the sea anemone ones, because those are the ones
flowing,
which are the ones that do and they all look like sea anemones to me, so I don't know what. But they look super
essentially cool. So you would like
what I really like is the macroalgae and the sea anemones, because they move, and then the soft corals too.
Yes, some of the soft corals do. So you would like the Euphyllia, the torches, the hammers, the frog spawns, and then there's crosses, there's frammers.
Very interested in Euphyllias.
Goniapora.
You feeling me, Euphyllia?
Euphyllia?
Can you feel me, feel you?
And then the Goniaporas.
For you there. Do you
have
any
bad.
Christmas tree worm rocks? He used to
I
keep
do not.
them in his saltwater aquarium.
I do not. No, but when I first set up the tank, that was one thing that I really wanted was Christmas tree worms. But they could be tricky too.
Question.
But yeah. Yes.
How much of whatever you have in your tank can we purchase at Petco, and what all would we need to get from LFS?
So dry goods wise, don't go to Petco. That you're going to want to go online shopping to your LFS. So we have a kit by Fluval called the Evo, and it's a 13.5 gallon. And all of our equipment is kind of based around that kit. And Petco is very outdated on pretty much everything for saltwater. The circulation pumps, the lighting, it's just not industry standards. We actually recently, the company had like called Voice of the Partner, where Petco employees actually send their concerns or praises to Petco corporate. And that was one thing I said. I was like, we are so behind industry standard for saltwater. It's just downright. That's why a lot of people don't respect Petco in the industry, is because we are just so far behind.
Speak on it. Okay.
So,
all right. Now we're getting.
And that's just my opinion. It's just that, as a reefer myself, I don't think the auto feeders from Petco, and I think that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they really need to kind of, if they really want to jump into that game for real, they really need to kind of step up their.
Getting gyre pumps, like the circulation pumps that you can actually control from your phone, or have multiple settings to them. Media reactors would be great. Return pumps, even for ponds.
I feel like being a freshwater.
At least your Petco doesn't have any sort of pump, like just the pump itself.
We just got one in last year, but it's only, I think it's only 80 gallons per hour. Like it's for those tiny little insert ponds. It's nothing spectacular.
That's for a little fountain.
Yeah, it's a fountain filter. Yeah, it's a fountain pump.
Being a freshwater keeper, I feel like it's a whole lot of different avenues you can go through with salt. And not saying that you can't with fresh, but just some of the stuff that you are just naming. One seems, like you said, 10 times more expensive. And then just two just seems like almost absolutely needed if you really want to have a decent, cohesive, growing, and healthy tank.
The most important part of saltwater is flow and lighting.
I've heard that. Okay.
Flow and lighting. No dead spaces.
Hold the oxygen very well.
So always has to flow.
Yeah. So I only have the one gyre pump. It's actually a bar, where you'll see a lot of circulation pumps are more of a circle, and people have like 3 or 4 of them. This is a whole bar, so it does like a sheet of flow.
Very nice.
I think I might have to add another on this side, just because I have it pumping so hard. I don't know, guys, if you noticed, but all my sand on this side is pushed to that side.
Sure.
So just to make a cross flow, I might have to get another one and add it on this side.
So are you flowing? Does it need to flow like I have a power head, even though it's facing the wrong way right now? But normally I would have a power head flowing over the top, or you can get one flowing from the bottom to circulate different detritus material into the filter.
Right.
Now,
exactly.
Is that the same thing that you're doing with your wave, or?
Yeah, as long as there's moving water in all spots of the tank, that's what matters. What do you got?
So I got this at the ACA silent auction. It's a CJ like wave surfer. It's basically you can plug in 2 different wave makers, and it'll control them to get the actual like on and off vibration to get the proper like waves.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what I have to for whenever I set up my saltwater tank for the cuttlefish and all that.
Yep.
I just have to get my actual wave makers themselves.
Yeah. So some wave makers, like mine, actually, I have an app on my phone for it. So whenever I do get a second, I can actually just sync them up and control it through my phone. My return pump is not like that, even though it's the same company. It's Giabo. But my return pump is an older model, so it doesn't have an app. But yeah, my heater is synced to my phone. So if my tank gets too hot or too cold, I get an alert on my phone.
That's super cool.
It's interesting too is CJ is German, so it actually says like US plug on it.
Yeah. So what's funny is that I've actually had 2 items from that brand sent to my store, and we're not supposed to have it. Like our DC, our distribution center, sent us. I think it was a power head, and something else is on the carts right now. But I'm like, we don't have this. Stop sending it to me.
Well,
I can't do anything with this.
I'll gladly take that power head and get it off your hands.
Right.
Let's see, Petco, your brand for Petco is Imaginarium.
Imaginarium. Yep, Imaginarium.
But
we're in the middle of a
an extra NI in there and say Imaginatarium.
Imaginatarium, yeah. So Petco is actually going through a rebranding, because we actually had like 10 different Petco brands for each department, but now they're changing it to every yay. But I haven't seen it go to the fish department yet, so I don't know if they're keeping a Magitarium or if it's going to switch to every yay.
Every yay.
Every yay, like every day, but every yay. Yeah.
Somebody else needs to be in on the naming of these.
Yeah.
I thought a Magitarium was pretty decent.
It is. It's cute. Yeah. Because it was for reptile and fish. Yeah. Yeah, it was reptile and fish.
I think a Magitarium was an interesting name for sure because it's use your imagination, create a terrarium of some sort, whether it be an aquarium, a vivarium,
terrarium. Yeah. Yep.
Now, all you have are reefs. Are you a reptile? I mean, because my sister used to work at Petco and she kept bringing back puppies. I think she brought back a bunny rabbit at one point in time. We named it Smoke.
I have a whole zoo, but don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Oh no, I have a whole zoo too.
I'll go get my snake, Drew.
I'll
go get my I'll go get my snake. You want me to see my snake?
That's dead. I do not want to see my snake.
She's asking if you want to see her snake. Drew.
I'd rather not see your snake.
Oh, hey.
Snakes? Is that what we're doing tonight?
No.
What kind of
emotional damage?
Nice. So she's a corn snake. So all of my animals are adopted, except obviously the fish. So Savannah is my corn snake. She's about 10 years old. So she's a full-grown adult. A coworker actually told me she has a family friend. Daughter's going to college. They can't let her take the snake. Dad doesn't want to take care of it. They're adopting it out. They're finding a new home. So I was like, is she handleable? Because corn snakes, I'm only used to like the baby corn snakes at work, and they're very flighty. I'm like, is she handleable? And they're like, yeah, we get her out all the time. I was like, done, deal. Gimme.
Oh my God.
So yeah, she's about 5 feet long, but she's only about this big around.
It's a constrictor, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then I have a blue crown conure. Birds, what's up, Danny?
Yeah,
birds. You guys ever watch the movie Polly?
Along Came Polly with the ferret, the dumb ferret.
No. Polly. So it's a bird about a movie about a bird. Yeah. So that's Polly's a blue crown conure. So all green bird with a slightly bluish head, orange beak.
Okay.
She's about this big. She screams, so she's actually in my bedroom right now.
Oh my God.
If she's not involved, she's screaming. So
how do you deal with having birds?
That's
in
how
the
my
house
cat
that do
is.
all of that.
Yeah, and the dogs are in my bedroom too right now.
What dogs do you have? Now we're talking.
Yeah, so I have Riley is a red bone coonhound.
Nice.
Mix. So I actually had her DNA tested. We got her from Humane Society. She looks like a black lab. She just looks like a skinnier, more trim black lab.
Okay.
So we had her DNA tested because she was only like 8 months old. We did the health test and everything. She's actually 50% red bone coonhound.
Wow.
Which you can see, like you can tell, she's boo anytime the hound call. Yeah. Super cuddly, super affectionate. She stinks like a hound dog. Hound dogs, their anal glands stink. Anyway, and then it's like for marking and all that. And I have a husky. Logan is a husky. We rescued him, we didn't rescue him. We adopted him from Gateway Pet Guardians. We found him through petfinder.com. Great way to search for a specific breed if you want to adopt a specific breed.
Zinjin.
How's it going, Mandy?
Mandy, Pandy, Randy.
He's about 12.
Aquariums.
You said what, Gina?
He's about 12 years old, and we actually need to take him to the vet. He has a mass on his shoulder that he needs looked at.
Oh.
Probably removed.
My parents just had to put down their dog. She had a big old mass that was growing, and had that for probably about a year and just started to get to the point where it was causing her pain and all that stuff. So they just put her down yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, we noticed it about a year ago. We took him to the vet. They said to watch it, and in the last like 2 months, it's like doubled in size. So
my mom has a Pomsky, so a Pomeranian
Pomsky.
Husky.
So I like Pomskys, but if you look up pictures, like Pomskys are for real, like a hit or a miss. Mm-hmm. They either real look like a miniature husky or they look like some crazy mess of a mutt dog.
And that's how 50-50 breeds are. Yeah.
You said what?
I said that's how 50-50 breeds are. Like golden doodles, you could have 2 from the same litter, and one will be like your typical golden doodle, and the other one will look like just a golden retriever from the same litter.
What is a pit bull dachshund mix called?
A Dachshund is a Dachshund, so it's the wiener dog pit bull.
Yeah,
It looks like
one
a
almost
pit bull
bit
that's
me.
Extra long.
One almost bit me in 3000 when we were younger, and I don't know what that breed was called, but it had the head of a pit bull and the length of body of a Dachshund.
Yeah. So I have a Bizz. You probably remember Alex, who used to work at my store. Her dog is actually a pit Dachshund mix and has all kinds of hip issues.
I believe it. It does
because of the ankles that the Dachshunds get. Bassets also get it too. Just super bad.
I've never seen a dog with a head so big and a body so long, and it broke the chain and just came after. The first one, what's this little bitty? And then one just broke the chain. I was like,
and just all head. All head in your face. Oh my god.
All head in your face. Yeah. All head in your face.
Oh my god. Hey.
I like that head in your face. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, you're running a. I got you.
And then the beta tank I mentioned. I think that's it. I had a gecko, but I gave it to a coworker, and then I felt bad because she actually got egg bound and ended up passing. Felt really bad about that. It was a gargoyle gecko. Egg bound. So it was a female, and they lay infertile eggs, and her eggs got stuck in her.
Oh.
It's called egg binding. Yeah.
It can happen with like female bettas and stuff like that too.
Yeah, birds too. So my blue crown conure name is Marco, but she's actually a girl. We got her through Star Avian Rescue. She's about 11 years old too. We're her third home. So I don't know much about her first home, but then she was given to like a community center where she was just kind of in the main lobby, and she wasn't taken care of. She had mouth infection.
Oh my God.
And that's when Star Avian Rescue got her and nursed her back at health. But she knows her name. I can't change her name from Marco because conures are not sexually dimorphic. Males and females look exactly the same. So you have to have them DNA tested, or just if they lay an egg one day, then you know it's female.
Wait, what are we talking about? What animal is this?
My bird. My conure.
Oh, man, I'm still thinking you're talking about a dog, and I was like, dimorphic dog? What are you talking about?
No, my bird. So we had her DNA tested. She's a female, but I can't change her name. She's 11 years old. She knows her name. So she's Miss Marco.
Okay. Now, do you let them fly around like Danny's doing?
So yeah, her wings are not clipped. And she's when we're home, she's out, but she's never flown her whole life.
I want to get one of these.
That's really pretty. But I mean, she can. She usually just when she's spooked, she'll take off and kind of get away from wherever she is. So if she's on her cage, which is actually right there, and you guys are actually on her play stand right now. So there's 2 different spots that she can be on. So if she's on her cage and something spooks her, she will jump up and fly to her play stand, or the opposite. But she doesn't typically fly around.
Yeah, I don't always let him fly around, but sometimes I do. Like right now. But he doesn't always really come over to me.
Now, she's very spoiled. She does the pick me up. Pick me up. She lifts her foot. Pick me up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. Just climb down here. Like she'll be on top of her play gym, and we'll be on the couch.
Too, like a cockatoo or a parrot?
So since she's female, she does talk, but since she's female, she doesn't talk as much as the males would. But yeah, she says hello when you walk in the door. Her flock call is like yoo-hoo.
Can I make it say shut up, bit?
I mean, you could.
Oh, sweet.
You just have to say it a whole lot.
Yeah. Or tie it to a situation.
I will say it every day if I can't get it to say it.
Yeah. We play peekaboo. If you kind of duck down and pop up, she goes peekaboo. Yeah.
Can I get it to say what's cracking?
You could. It's easiest to teach them when you tie it to a situation, when you tie it to a behavior.
Okay, so look, Gina, I need you to get yours and train it to say, what's cracking whenever I come on Mondays.
Oh.
Did it freeze you? You didn't like that? Her. I'm sorry, Gina. I never meant to hurt you.
That. Now we lost her.
I never meant to hurt you, Gina.
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm here.
So are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?
Teacher, what's cracking? I can try. I can't guarantee it. Because again, she's female, so it's harder to teach her.
Oh my God.
Every intro?
All right, when you get her to do it, I'll put you on every intro. Yes, I will.
Oh, speaking of intro, Danny, the first two fish on your intro, the White Betta, his name is Sushi.
Sushi, nice.
Yep, he's a beta from my store. We actually have an example tank set up, a little 6-gallon tank.
A fish after a dish about
because he looks like a little sashimi, and we didn't want to name him. I didn't want to name him sashimi because that's harder to say, and people just know what sushi is. He's just all white. You don't see scales. He looks like a little fillet of like sashimi.
The tank is also full of mystery snails and nerite snails that are all called escargot. It's good.
Yeah, it's perfect. Nice. And then there's a little Cory catfish in there called parsley.
Fillet.
No, it's parsley. It's green. Emerald Cory cat.
It's an emerald green Cory. It probably shouldn't be in that little 7.5 gallon. But hey,
call the catfish nugget. And
he was a little guy. I'll move him back to the other tanks when he starts to get bigger. But yeah. But he cleans up all the extra food.
What's up, Amazon?
Yeah, I set that tank up probably like, 4 months ago. I haven't done a single water change on it. It's been very low nitrates.
Bite your tongue.
No, it's all good. I don't have scrub algae in it either. I have the perfect amount of snails in there that they're thriving, but not overpopulated. Yeah, all I do is top it off like once a week. And feed sushi and parsley every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous looking tank.
Yeah.
The Anubias and the Java moss that you have in there are looking fantastic. So
yeah.
I have yet to purposely buy a snail. I always just get whatever comes in there. So yeah. So I don't know what the difference is like. Mystery snail, ram's horn snail, like what?
I find that mystery snails,
but also what they eat. It's like nerite snails. Nerite snails are like probably the slowest moving of all the snails. And
but they eat algae so big. Good. They
get like an inch.
Danny.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely eat the most algae.
Daniel.
What?
I am asking the aqua expert.
Oh, you gonna get kicked?
This is half my show.
So, Gina.
Oh no!
I was about to call you and cuss you out. I always kick people off and I've been kicked off before. It hurts. It hurts. Hey, play the clip. It hurt.
Oh no.
Emotional damage.
Oh no.
Danny Weshy.
But yeah, no, like Danny was saying, the nerites, they only get about an inch in diameter. I find that they're better algae eaters. Because when I first started that 6-gallon, I had just mystery snails in there, and then there was an algae bloom with every startup, and they just weren't cutting it. So then I threw like 6 neorites in there, and then, like I said, since then I haven't scrubbed algae in that tank. Mystery snails, I find one, they get larger, they get about 2 inches in diameter, and they're more of omnivores, where they go after the leftover food and some algae, but not as much algae as the neorites.
I kind of find them to be a little bit of detrivores as well. They'll eat the dead fish. They'll eat your dying plants.
Oh yeah. Whenever I go in, if I go in morning after delivery day, it's usually pretty easy to find the guys who didn't make it the night, because there'll just be a stack of snails on top of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah. I want some of those guys. Speaking of just dying fish, what the hell just happened to my rainbow?
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. Come on, little buddy, you can do it.
So I actually had a 55-gallon tank before I had the saltwater. This actually used to be a goldfish tank, and then I had a 55 out in my front room. And I had rainbow fish.
All those goldfish up to Petco, right?
I did. And I took my angelfish, who was about, hand size. The rainbow fish, I think I took up the few that I had. My cory cats. I had a yo-yo loach.
He's not gonna make it, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
he's not gonna. Oh man.
But I had rainbow fish, and they're stupid, and they got stuck in decorations and ended up dying. That little big tree stump decoration that we have at Petco, they swam in the big opening and then tried to swim up and got stuck.
Stop the stream. The rainbow is dying.
Oh.
Somebody help me. I need an adult. Somebody help me.
Oh, no.
300. Clear.
What you need? I got parasite and I got bacterial infection remedy. What you need?
I don't know what's wrong with the guy,
what you need? I got it.
Here. Stat Aquaquarist, Imaginatarius lady, get over here. I was afraid.
I also have some iodine reef dip. Like, what do you need?
I have no idea. Oh, his partner's gonna miss him.
Man.
What were they? Australian rainbows?
Whichever the long fat ones were. Like you get a green one and a red one because one's male, one's female. Those guys, you got to
Australian reds.
Yeah, you got to keep them as a couple.
Or New Guinea reds. I mean,
well, New Guinea reds. The males are red. The females are gold, because I had a pair in my 55, and those were my favorite rainbows. The New Guinea.
All right,
reds.
well, damn it! Look, since you guys are talking all that, I don't know. Look, what the hell is it? What's that one on the ground, gasping for air?
Oh no. Hold on, I'm looking.
And then this is the mate.
Oh, there's a glare. I can't see.
That looks like a New Guinea red.
Oh yeah, that is it. Okay, I see it now. Yep, that's a New Guinea red.
It's over. I called them Tartar.
Poor baby.
I don't know what to do.
It looks like he's got plenty of air going in there already, Ian. So
I got hella.
He might have gotten spooked. Rainbows would smacked right into the glass, and
that is true. Yeah,
and they are the fastest bastards I've ever seen in an aquarium.
They're one of my least favorite fish to catch. Buenos Aires tetras are probably my number one. Buenos Aires tetras are my number one. Yeah.
Giant what?
Giant Danios. Those are not fun to catch either.
They're fast too, yeah.
I would rather catch 15 coolie loaches than one single giant Danio.
Jesus. Those coolie loaches, you get a gang of them and you don't even see those joints.
I forget every time I do every month at Petco I actually count all the fish for inventory, because they want to track how many we sell versus how many we lose and all that stuff. I always forget that we have them. Or every Monday when I do water changes and I'm gravel vacuuming, I just forget, and all of a sudden there's a coolie loach just in the siphon. I'm like, oh God, I have to pull it out really quick. I forget that they're in there.
A coolie loach in with my African cichlids when I first had set it up, and never saw them again. Didn't know what happened. And as the Africans were getting bigger and I started turning over the sand, because I think I switched the sand out and I saw them. And then they saw him and they were like, ooh, lunch. I was like, no.
So, Mandy,
Hillstreams, yeah.
Hillstream loaches. Gina here showed me an awesome trick about how to catch Hillstream loaches at the Petco store. Their glass goes up pretty far onto the sides and on the back.
On the back, yeah, that's kind of sloped on the sides, yeah.
She was able to like catch it on the glass and then just basically lift the net up above the water line, and it just like fell into the net. It was perfect.
Headphones are off because my battery's out.
That works at least in the in-store tanks. It doesn't necessarily work in your home tank because we don't have those extra high glass walls.
Right. So what you could do is get up as close to the water, kind of take it on glass, and just with your nail down and kind of like against your finger, just as like a little ramp, just to get them to detach.
Like
Jimmy P. He has Gina Daniels.
I can take my headphones off.
And his biker or Bisher or Bashir. The big guys can't catch him either. What?
Bashir.
It's Bashir. Or biker.
Bashir.
Or Bashir.
I call him Bashir. I call him Bashir.
You call him Bashirs also?
I call him Bashir, yeah.
What do you call this one?
Tony.
His name is Golden Falcor, and he is glorious.
Falcor.
Oh
man,
right,
so
I see that on your video.
There was this. I don't know what type of species of dog it was, but when I used to work at Pet Supplies Plus, there was this dog that would come in all the time to use the wash station. And it was this big old white fluffy dog, and it looked just like Falcor. It was awesome.
Was it a Great Pyrenees?
It wasn't a Great Pyrenees. I think it might have been a Pyrenees mixed with a giant poodle or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome.
I've seen those giant poodles. They can get pretty big.
Yeah.
He's up. He's going to make the Denison bars are attacking his ass. Like, what is up with you guys? You see
that's
him
because barbs are opportunists, and they're gonna, they're taking advantage of the situation.
Oh my God, they're jerks.
If you have,
here come the Rams.
If you have a cup that you don't care about, like a plastic one, you could probably like drill holes in it and make like a little cage that you could put around it.
I care about all my cups too much.
Oh, okay.
I would have already pulled it out by now.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm about to pull them out real quick and put them in this 29-gallon by himself. What should I put on them though? Mulefix?
Right there, back in my corner, I got one of my Africans in a little specimen thing right now too.
Melifix
I have Mulefix, Primafix.
Pimafix, I think, is the antibacterial.
Yeah,
Melifix, I think, is the parasite one. Pimafix is the bacterial, I think.
So pour both of them in there?
Well, you
Melifix is bacterial, Pimafix is fungal.
Oh, I had it back.
So that gets them all, right?
I would read it. Sometimes they'll say if you can use them together, because I know.
I would just do salts.
Yeah.
Like
just salt them up?
Just salt right now, yeah.
Just add a handful of salt right now.
All right, I'm going to go operate. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Come on, little fella.
Aww.
And we got, if I could have another mod share Gina's link again. Gina only has 2 videos right now. One of her saltwater tank and one of her old geckos she used to have.
No, so that's actually, that was a store leopard gecko. I just happened to walk by the habitats, and I saw that it was starting to shed and pull it off, and I'm like, oh, I need to get this.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it looked more like the store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Dr. Anthony. That's Melifix and Pimafix. They actually do like pretty much nothing.
No.
So get rid of them both, huh?
It's kind of like drinking tea and saying that it's good for your cold. Like it doesn't really do anything. It might make you feel a little bit better, Because it's just like barley extract, I'm pretty sure.
But what? This is a great question then, because people are getting fooled by the Primafix and Mulefix when you look them up. What is it? General Cure the best thing or no? What are you guys using? Tell me.
You're coming through really quiet, Drew. I could barely hear what your question was.
Oh, I said since it's like a misconception when you go in there and they say Mulefix, Primafix, or Cure, whatever, whoop, and you look on the back, Cure. But what do you guys use then? Is it General Cure for stuff, or is there a one size fit all type deal? Like, let me know what you guys got.
So there is like a quarantine medication that you can buy. I know, for like if you're quarantining your fish, kind of an all-in. I forget what it's called though.
Yeah.
I know that people and they're always angry to have it.
Yeah, I normally use salt when it comes to my cichlids.
Are you guys back?
Yeah, just
you're back.
Having my community tank is my first community tank. I didn't know if I could still salt up these little guys. Stop swimming, you're dead.
There's my sissy. Hi, Andrea.
So, Gina, do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my fiance and my 11-year-old son.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Nathan's my fiance, Kane's my son.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like Dr. Anthony with the Amazon Research Center uses General Cure and salt. Ian uses salt and water changes. Jeffrey Watts uses Metroplex and Canaplex. Caden said hi too.
Oh, that's my nephew. I love him so much.
There we go. We'll see how that goes then. Salt it is for right now until I can get my hands on whatever.
The General Cure, yeah.
I would also, you don't necessarily have to do it right now, but when the stream's over, I do like a water change as well. But before you do, test your water. See what it says. See if it says anything about like an ammonia spike or anything like that.
Well, I've got 2 tanks just ready to go for fish already. So like they're already been tested and already bubbled up and heated up. So we have an auction tomorrow, dude. So we got to go buy fish tomorrow.
There's an auction tomorrow.
Jesus, are you in St. Louis?
The Maasai auctions tomorrow, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh
and
man,
I mentioned to you
I
guys,
forgot. I'm going to that.
April 10th, there's a frag swap. If you guys want to go check out more saltwater stuff.
Real at Mazai?
No, so it's through Slash. It's St. Louis. It's a St. Louis saltwater club.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll text you a flyer for it. But it's on April 10th.
Sweet, keep me posted.
I think Bahama Llama's going to be there. Yeah.
Oh, March 17th, the Mazai Club will be featuring me and Melanie Holmes. We'll be talking aquashella and doing some aquascaping live.
Oh, nice. Now, see, this Maasai swap, is it at the same place?
They moved it from the Holiday Inn to... I'll shoot you the flyer.
Yeah, shoot it to me because, like I said, I don't have any social media stuff, so I miss a lot of things.
Which I've talked to you about, and you really got to change that.
He's just blocking negativity from his life. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. I don't need that sort of energy.
All I want him to use it for is to get people over here on Saturdays at 8 p.m. That's all I want him to do.
Yeah.
If only it works that way. Unfortunately, when it comes to me and social media, it mainly drives people away.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, post it and forget it. Like, that's all you need to do. You don't even need to look at it.
So Jeffrey Watts has a question for you, Gina. How do you feel about a pair of clowns in the Aqueon 14-gallon cube?
If those are the only fish you add, I mean, and it also depends on the clowns. I would not put Clarkies in there because they get like 6 inches. But like your regular Ocellaris, those would be fine as long as those are the only fish. I mean, I've seen nanos done where it's just circulation pumps and a protein skimmer and no like carbon dosing or anything, and they've been successful. So, I mean, every tank's different. There's multiple ways to do it. You just don't want to have too high of a bio load without some way of taking it out. Yeah, St. Louis area saltwater hobbyist / There you go. Somebody knows.
Right on.
I'm bad with acronyms. I'm bad with remembering what they stand for.
Matt actually agreed with me on something. Social media is toxic.
It is. And that's kind of reason why I only have a few.
See, I think it's what you make it, man.
I'm scared to jump in. I know you don't.
The thing though, it's social media, so it's not just what you make it; it's what everybody else makes it. And honestly, I don't care for the way that everybody else makes it, so I just stay off of it.
And you could just ignore that stuff. Post your stuff and just stay off of it. That's it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
If you're just posting your life, what can he say?
Yeah, and that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
there we go.
We've been going for over an hour here. I know that Aquafunk is streaming now.
You know what? Aquafunk is not streaming now. His
wife is. Yeah, we're talking
about. Aquafunk is not streaming?
No, his wife is taking him out to dinner for his birthday. So he said he's not going to stream.
Wait, you're saying it's actually Aquafunk's birthday now, not just.
No, actually, it is on. I found out his real birthday. This is for everybody. I don't care if I'm spoiling it for him. The dude has had 8 birthdays this month. It sucks. It's the 15th is his actual.
I was going to say, for the last 5 weeks, it's been his birthday.
So she took him out for the evening since his birthday is on, I guess, the 15th. So what, Tuesday or something? Something like that, I guess, maybe. So,
yeah, because that's when my Pokemon cards are coming in.
There it is. So,
yeah.
So he is done. He will be on. He also told me to tell everybody he will be doing his live still, but it will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I guess.
Okay.
Florida time, Floridian time.
So
we got more to talk about. Let's keep going.
Look at Gina. Oh, she's all happy.
So I was so excited for this. Whenever Danny asked me to come on, I was like, yes, I have the passion. And I don't know if I quite have the knowledge, but I definitely have the passion.
You have them both, Gina. You're good, man.
You've actually you've shared a lot of great information about saltwater tanks and stuff tonight. So
yeah, it's been
I'm very of the opinion that if you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. Like, don't speak unless you know what you're talking about.
Especially when it comes to this.
Very much in my aquatics department at work too. Like I'm the most knowledgeable with fish in the store. Arguably even against the store leader. We're probably not the same. But any of my coworkers, I'm like, if I'm not here and you have to help with fish and you don't know something, Google it right in front of the customer. They will actually appreciate it more. Do not give false information.
I straight up done that when I worked at a pet store too. Like,
you will ruin tanks.
I don't know. Let's see what Google says.
Exactly. I still do it because it's hard to remember everything. They're like, oh, what am I saying tank size for this fish? And I'm like, hold on, let me check Live Aquaria really quick because they have it in their little breakdown. Or in their overview. Yeah, Google it. Do not give false information.
So Matt is saying that you need to do more videos, and I totally agree. He's already adding you to the Fish Fam link page, so you are officially part of the Fish Fam now.
Thanks. See, I'm scared.
Congratulations.
All the negativity out there, and I'm a very anxious, very people-pleasing type of person. I know. I got to get past the nerves and just do it. I just got to do it.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of people out there that have gotten monetized without editing a single video.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably do an actual breakdown, like post picture, or like in the video have pictures of me like setting up, since it's going to be my tank's first birthday next month. That'll probably be my next video is going to be the blind fish keeper challenge. This will probably be the second video.
There you go.
Yeah. Like post my frags when I got them versus now a year later, how much they've grown and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we do need more salty people in the fish fam for sure. We got way too many freshwater people in here. It almost feels like just saltwater people are just like it's way off in nowhere land. We never run into anybody.
And I feel like exactly how you said, Gina, talk about exactly what you know about. And when I came in, I just knew African cichlids. I learned other stuff on the way, and whatever I've learned and actually was able to do, then I was able to share and learn it from people like you, Danny Weshy. That's why, like, when it comes to all the other stuff, people are going to say what they're going to say when they're going to say it. Either way it goes. So if you know what you're doing and saying what you're saying, forget all the rest, dude. Straight up.
I try my best, but honestly, when I'm at work and I have that Petco shirt on, for some reason that almost decredits me a little bit. Like I have a newer cichlid customer been coming in, and he's swearing up and down, "Oh, I want to have peacocks and I want an Oscar." And I'm like, "No, you do not want to add an Oscar to your tank. I swear it's going to kill everything." He's like, "But I saw a guy on YouTube that has peacocks and an Oscar." I'm like, For now.
That is for liquid blue.
I don't. And then, so he came in a few days ago, but then there was another cichlid customer waiting, his turn after I was done helping him. And even he said, he's like, "You don't want to add an Oscar. You don't." And then he, was like, oh, really? And I'm like,
yep.
I'm only telling you for 3 weeks, but okay. Like,
it's a cold game, Gina.
You put on that pet store employee uniform, and it almost discredits you a little bit.
It does.
And you're trying to, so you're trying to tell people that this fish, it's small and cute right now, but in 6 months it's going to be this big, and they just look at you like you're crazy, and you're just trying to sell them a big tank just to get more money out of them.
Exactly.
I'm trying to make this easier on you so you don't hate this hobby in 5 months. Like,
the biggest fish I have that problem with is common plecos, goldfish and koi, and saltwater fish / cichlids, probably about the same level, third place, but mostly the common plecos. And I've been trying to keep bristlenose plecos in stock to offset that, but the problem is they come in this big. My bristlenose come in this big, and they're like, "That's tiny," and I'm like, "But he'll get like 4 or 5 inches. It'll be perfect for your 30-gallon." Like, or for your 55, get 2 of them. Like, it'll be perfect.
Exactly. People are so impatient. They want to get the fish that's already like 3 inches. They don't know that a year down the road it's going to be 2 foot long.
Yes.
They don't want to get that little bitty guy and wait a year for him to be this big. Like, they want him to be that big now.
Well, actually, I tell people 6 to 8 months, because that's how long it took mine. I had a bristle nose in my 55 back when it was set up, an albino one. His name was Cheese, because he was a male. He had the nice bristles. But I told him that. I'm like, 6 to 8 months. That's it. Like, it's going to go by. You won't have any problems, because those commons will attack your fish. When they start getting bigger and territorial, they're going to either jump the tank or they're going to attack your other fish.
Yep. Or start riding on your turtle if you're one of those people.
Rodeo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the amount of people who have big turtles, and they're trying to add plecos, and then they're like, "Is my turtle eating them?" And I was like, "Yep, probably. But yeah, I have one saltwater customer that's actually both salt and freshwater, and he actually will hang around, because a lot of my saltwater customers like to hang around and talk. because we're all passionate. We all love the hobby. They want updates on my tank. I want updates on their tank, their opinions. But yeah, he'll sit there. Like I said, he'll back me up on most of the things I say. My biggest issue with a lot of customers right now is goldfish. A lot of people are coming in. Oh, I just wanted something easy. I want a bowl. I want like 5 goldfish for my bowl. I'm like, no, honey, no.
Yep.
No.
I have a whole song about goldfish in a bowl.
I wish I could play out my speakers at work just on repeat, because that would but I would still not be believed. Just had a lady come in a few days ago with no tank, and I wouldn't sell her a goldfish. I'm like, especially not a goldfish. They're so dirty. They're so dirty.
Yep.
Just, you need to set it up and have it established for at least a week.
I had rescued a goldfish from a lady that she had a common goldfish in like a 5-gallon tank, talking about how she felt bad for it because it just kept swimming back and forth and smacking into the glass.
Yep.
And when she brought it in, I didn't expect it to already be this big.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like this big. Like, it was already huge.
Already
like a 5-gallon tank. It's just like, oh man, buddy.
Yeah. Probably
I've
already
never worked in a pet store, so I don't have any of these. But I have definitely listened to some pet store people say some wild stuff, and I was like, Danny and Gina would not say these things.
Oh my God. So I was actually just right after that goldfish lady. I went and I had to take 10 minutes. We're allowed to get a paid 10-minute break every 4 hours that we work. I usually never take them because I don't have time. I walk away from fish department to go to the bathroom. 30 seconds later, guest assistance needed in aquatics. I'm like, I can't even pee. Jesus.
Oh yeah, and that's where I had to
walk away after that lady, and I just had to fume. I'm like, people don't understand that, like. So the fish fam, we're all passionate. We all love our animals. We want what's best for them. There are people out there that don't.
Yep.
They just think of the tank as furniture.
Yep.
They want it for the bragging rights. They don't care, and it's draining. I was just telling my coworker, I'm like, I have burnout every day. I come into my shift and I'm like, I'm gonna sell these fish to the perfect homes. Blah 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 blah. By the end of the day, I'm like, 10-gallon tank, 1 of each tetra. I mean, it's not the worst, it's not the best, but they will probably be fine.
Yeah, there was like almost every day at the pet store that I was just like, I should not have sold fish to that person.
Yeah. But it's just burnout. Daily burnout is hard. Your faith and humanity just goes down the drain.
I would like to say that, Gina, you are an awesome guest for our
this has been absolutely fantastic.
And I do think that you have a lot more to tell. But
I have stories.
We are officially considering you family of the show. And you are welcome back at any time.
For sure.
And I think maybe it might be time to shut it down, because when Funk does get back on, we're going to make sure that we bounce everybody there. So we're going to make sure that we do all of that. And plus, we are going to get together. So we need to talk about where we're going. And are we all going to this thing so that we can do a live maybe there together, or a video at the auction?
I'm going to go to that
Gina?
auction for sure.
What time's it at?
I just sent.
It is the viewing starts at 10 a.m. The auction starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And there's verbal and silent auctions until about 4 p.m.
Yeah, that should be fine. Nathan and I are on a diet, so we actually meal prep. And we meal prep on Sundays. But yeah, we usually don't start that till like 3 or 4. So.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to him. I'll make sure to shoot you guys a text. He's probably watching.
Thank everybody for showing up. It's been a lot of fun here. I hope we entertained you. And we got a whole lot more to show you guys. I hope you keep coming back. I don't know, man. Drew, you got anything else to say?
You already know what I'm about to say.
This is
The
my
best
dance.
stuff is the wet stuff, and the wet stuff is the best stuff. Keep vibing with us, baby.
Yep.
Gina, is that your thing? Is that your thing?
This is my dance at work. If I'm like having an ADHD moment and I'm just walking around like this, yeah. Or if I'm walking past a coworker and they're busy and I can't be like ooga booga, that's like my code word for like, hey, what's up? I'm just doing this, and they'll do it back.
Let's give our chat a bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, so what do you need besides a miracle?
Fish. Lots of fish.